Welcome to yoga. We are going to do our yoga based on stretch today. It's going to be really stretchy. So have a block, have a strap nearby, and we are going to start laying down. Okay. Grab something soft. So if you have a soft block, that could work. Mine is rock solid, so it won't work. So grab yourself a cushion if you've got one, or a bolster would be great. And just pop it underneath your back, kind of thinking like where your bra strap would be, or at least imagine you've got one. And roll yourself back down onto your mat, and then allow your chest to lift, your shoulders to go back, find that openness through the chest. If you're tight through the lower back or you feel a little bit of discomfort there, then keep the knees lifted and you can take the feet to the outside edges of the mat so the knees drop in and you get this really nice closed sensation through the hips, but kind of you're really supporting through the lower back. If you are super flexible, feeling like up for everything, then you can extend the legs away and you'll get a slightly deeper stretch. So entirely up to you. Play around with it. If you get into one position and go, I don't like it, it's not for me, then change it. So we are just going to start laying down, beginning just to breathe into the body, taking those nice inhales and exhales, just settling the body, settling the mind, heart rate lowering, imagining that you just probably rushed in from something and you're beginning to remember why yoga is the lifeline that it is. So options here to take the hands to the tummy and to the chest. Alternatively, you can just keep them down by the side of you, allowing those shoulders to just be a little bit more open, entirely up to you. So we're going to start with some even breathing. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for 4, out for 4, in for 5, out for 5, in for 6, out for 6, and then come all the way back down to 4 again. If my breath pattern doesn't work with yours, then do your own. So here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breath returns to its normal pattern. Hopefully you're feeling heavier on the mat. Relax, focusing just on yourself, allowing yourself this time. Maybe at this point giving yourself an intention to work towards and practice today. When I say work towards it, what I really mean is celebrate it. Focusing on something extremely positive. Send energy somewhere. Whatever it might be, hold it there in your mind's eye. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly, we're just going to move that block or cushion, whatever it was, out from underneath you. And then from here, just bring those knees in towards you. Make some nice circles on the lower back. Taking it in one direction. And then in the other. Okay. From here, we're just going to make sure we've got a strap nearby because you're going to want it. So we're going to take the hips over to the right-hand side. We're going to take the feet and the hands over to the left. Come into a blown palm on your mat. So we want to think first and foremost about that right hip coming down. So even if you need to take a right hand and place it on that hip, to just begin to really feel into that, to anchor it down, and do.
We want to take those nice deep breaths into the right side body. As we breathe in, feel the lungs expand, feel the ribs expand, and then as the air disappears from the lungs, we start to close off the ribs. Notice how you are feeling in the body. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you really stiff through the ankles? Just noticing little clues to tell us whether you are needing to relax a little bit more, if you're putting too much pressure through the body. If you've got space, that right ankle can cross over the left. Maybe the left hand takes the right wrist, gently bringing the arm over towards that left side, finding a deeper stretch through the side body. Anchored down that right hip point. A couple of nice deep breaths into that side body. And then you can sigh it through the mouth. Relax, send it away. Another nice deep inhale, lifting, opening through the chest, through the ribs, and then exhale through the mouth and sigh it all away. Okay, moving the body back to the center line. Bring the knees up into, so they're stacked over the hips. Take the hands on top of the knees. Lower back pushes down into the mat. We're going to find that core activation, okay? So think about drawing navel towards spine and then down. We want to really engage through the core. And then we're going to take the knees wide, push them away, bring them back towards you. Send them wide, push them away, bring them back towards you. If you're looking for more of a stretch than a strength at this point, then just take smaller circles, just moving into the mobility through the hips. If you're looking to just engage a little bit through the core, so you have to work just a little bit harder, then push the knees further away. And then when you're ready, let's reverse it, pushing the knees away, take them wide, bring them back together. Taking your time here, the slower you go, the more strength you're going to have to use as you push those knees away. Okay, take the last one here. And then bring the knees in towards you, bring the forehead up towards the knees, round through the spine. Take the chin to the chest, find the stretch through the back of the neck. And then from here, just bringing the head back down. This time around, we're going to take the hips to the left-hand side and the feet and the hands over to the right. Now again, we just want to focus in on the anchoring down through that left side. So thinking about that left hip, really push it down into the mat, find that stretch through the IT band on that left leg. And then as you take those nice deep inhales, lifting, opening through the ribs on that left side body. Taking a bit of a body scan, noticing if you're holding tension somewhere, gripping through the jaw, maybe the butt cheeks are really gripping, maybe the kneecaps are lifted. Just see if you can encourage a little bit of relaxation through here. And then that left ankle will cross over the right if you've got space for it, drawing that left hip down. Right hand can take left wrist, gentle encouragement of that left arm over towards that right side. Inhaling, feeling the ribs expand, and as you exhale, sigh through the mouth, releasing breath. Take a couple of those. And then your last one here. Nice deep inhale. And then when you're ready, sigh it all away. Okay. From here, uncross those ankles, bringing the body back to the center line. I'm going to take the feet down, take them as wide as the mat, take the arms out, just drop the knees down to the right hand side, taking the gaze over to the left, pausing here. If that's a little bit too much for you, you can always use cushions or blocks to prop the knees up. And And then bringing the knees back up towards the ceiling and then taking down to the other side, taking the gaze over the right fingertips. And then bringing the head back to neutral, bringing the knees back up. And then from here, just taking those knees up above the hips so that you're in an upside down table. And we're just going to take the hands to the hips so that we know where they are anchored. We're just going to tap the right toe down and then lift and the left toe down and lift. Keep that core engaged, the lower back pushes down as you just alternate through one side and then the other. Just playing into that core activation so that we remember what it feels like. Not much, just a little. One more on each side. And then we're going to extend those legs away. From here, take hold of that strap. We're going to take the strap, wrap it underneath that right foot, and we're just going to extend that right foot up towards the ceiling. Left foot is pushing away, both toes towards the ceiling, heels pushing. We're going to bring the elbows in towards the body, and so that right leg is lifting. Find that stretch down the Achilles, the underside of the foot, the hamstrings, and we want to draw that lower back down into the mat. Even a little bit of work through the biceps here. It's excellent bang for buck. Okay, if you're happy here in a more of a passive stretch, then stay as you are. If you want to work a little bit into strength, then you can release the grip on the mat, on the strap, and just keep that right leg lifted. Heel towards the ceiling. Think about the big toe reaching your nose. Lower back pushes down into the mat. Your core should be rock solid. If that is a bit too much and you're like, nah, did not come here for strength today, Michelle, then just bring the strap back in towards the body and use this as an opportunity to stretch through the back of that right leg. Okay, I'm going to take the strap into the right hand, left arm is going to come away from you. We're going to open that right leg down towards the floor, not to the floor, okay, unless you're living in a very, very flexible body. So if this is causing you to be overstrained, then you can always prop your leg on top of a sofa or a dog, child, blocks, straps. Use everything you've got, okay? So we want to make sure that floor is coming towards you rather than you are overdoing it. You should never feel pain in yoga. You want to work with what we've got. Nice deep breath. See if you can relax into it. With every exhale, maybe opening just a little bit more. Bend through the knee as we bring that foot back up to center. Swap the hands. Left hand takes the strap. Right hand comes away from you, and then just take that right leg across the body over to the left hand side. Again, option here, whether you want to prop the foot up with blocks, if you want to bend through the knee, entirely up to you. Maybe taking the gaze over those right fingertips. A really deep stretch now, right through into the glutes, into the hips. And then coming back, bring the head back to neutral, bringing that right leg back up, swapping out. We're going to take that left foot into the strap and extend through that right leg. You might at this point notice that one side is a little bit more flexible than the other. So we're just going to work with how our body presents to us today in this moment. So from here, push through both heels, extend that left foot towards the ceiling, bring those elbows in towards the body, and keep those shoulders back and down. My left side is quite a lot tighter than my right side. So this is where I stop at the moment. This is about as far as I can go, and I'm going to celebrate that. So pushing through the heel, imagining that big toe coming towards the nose. Again, opportunity to build into some strength if you want to. You can start to release the grip on the strap and keeping that left leg lifting, keeping it nice and stable, feeling into the hip flexor as you're finding that strength is coming from. Lower back pushes down into the mat. Keep the neck relaxed. If you notice that you're starting to strain there, then take the strap back into the hands. I'm going to take one more breath here, whatever you're doing, whether you're using a more passive or active stretch. And then we're going to swap out. Left hand takes the strap. Let's take the right hand away from us. We're going to open that left foot down towards the mat. If you think that that right hip is lifting, then take your hand to the hip and check. You want to anchor that right hip down. If it's lifting, then bring the left leg a little bit higher. Maybe the gaze can come over the right fingertips if your arm is still extended. See if you can relax into it. If you notice that the butt cheek is really gripping, just come up a little bit higher. Or maybe take a bend through the knee, soften it a little bit. Okay, left leg comes back up, swap the hands. Right hand takes the strap, left arm extends, taking that left leg across to the right hand side, and then taking a gaze over the left fingertips. Option to always bend into the knee if it's comfortable. I really like it. I think you get a nice deep stretch into the glutes, but it's entirely up to you. Nice deep breaths with every exhale, so you can come just a little bit deeper. And then finding your way back to your center. We're going to release that strap, extend through the legs. That right foot is going to come into the inside of that left thigh. Imagine your tree pose, but we're laying. Push through the left heel. Keep that right foot into the inner left thigh. Find your cactus arms through the arms, pushing down through the elbows and through the forearms, giving your chest a slight lift, opening through that chest space. And then engage the core to keep from damaging that lower back. So you want to be really secure through the core to protect the back there. Allowing the hip space to open. If you're quite tight through the hips, use a cushion or a block to just prop that right knee up so you don't overextend. Breathing nice and deeply, allowing the ribs to open. Exhale. It's beginning to weight down through the mat. And then from here, use that right hand just to lift through that right knee. Bring that right knee in towards you. Interlace the fingers below that right knee, and that knee comes right in towards that shoulder space. Push down through the heels. Shoulders back and down. Deep stretch through that hip space. Neck nice and relaxed. Jaw relaxed. Maybe a little smile. Treat yourself. That'll be nice. And then let's switch it out. Right leg is going to extend. Left foot comes into the inner right thigh. Open through our tree pose. Knee comes down or propped under using a block. Push down through that right heel. And then take the hands to cactus arms. Push down through the elbows, through the forearms. Lift through the chest. Engage through that core. Nice deep breaths here with that chest open. Neck is relaxed. Last one here, last breath. And then from here, use that left hand to bring that knee up. And then from here, bring the knee in towards the left shoulder. Interlace those fingers just below the knee. Push through both heels. Shoulders back and down. Find that nice little pinch into the hips. Or hip, I should say. Okay. And then from here, releasing off. Bring both knees in towards you. Just draw the forehead up towards the knees. Chin to chest, find the stretch through the neck. And then we can rock and roll on the spine. As we do, come straight up onto the feet. We're going to come and rest on top of the toes. Find your
balance. So we're going to try and find that stretch on the underneath of the feet. We want to find that stretch through the Achilles, through the calves too. If you're happy to remove the hands from the mat, then feel free to come into a cactus arm, drawing those shoulders together. Engage that core to keep you stable. Focusing on something that's not moving. And then if you've got a little bit of balance and you fancy a bit of challenge, let's drop the right elbow, lift through the left elbow, having to really focus here. Stretch through that left side body. Back to center. Left elbow comes down, right elbow begins to lift. Finding that strength through the obliques to keep you stable. Focusing in on something that's not moving. That's going to be really important here. Coming up to center. Beautiful. Take the hands down, take the knees down, tap the toes out nice and carefully. That does feel nice. Okay, taking the knees back, find a table. Hands underneath the shoulders. We've got our hips over our knees. And then from here, extend that right leg away. Push down through that right heel, keeping the hips level. So if you start to open out the hips to the right side, draw that hip back down again. Engage through the core. Really think about sucking that belly button in towards the spine and then down. From here, let's lift through that right leg, using the glute strength, and then that left arm is going to come away from us, reaching forward and pushing back. Let's take it wide, back to center. Take it wide and back to center, just playing around. Take it wide and back to center. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Take the right foot out as a kickstand, left leg long, find a gate pose. And then bring that left arm all the way over the top. Start to open the chest up towards the ceiling. Push down through the pinky edge side of that left foot. Inhale, find space between the ribs. Allow that left shoulder to roll back. You have control of the neck, but feel free to open through the throat. And then from here, lifting that left arm back up, we're going to lift that through that left leg. Bring the left foot in towards the bottom and take hold of that foot. We're going to start to squeeze through the glutes to push the hips forward. Roll that left shoulder back, finding a quad stretch here. Maybe the gaze towards the ceiling still, maybe the gaze in front of you, whatever feels comfortable. Let's test our strength. Extend that left leg away, keep it lifted. Left arm is going to lift too. Really nice. Just a little play around, elbow to knee. For 1, we're going to go for 3. Extend. Elbow to knee for 2. Extend. Elbow to knee for 3. Extend. Take the left foot down. Find that gate pose one more time. Nice deep breath. And exhale. Let's bring that left hand back down. Keeping the left toes connected to the mat here. Push down through those toes. Find that stretch down the back of the leg. Great time to set up. Draw the belly under. Thinking about the hips being nice and level. Okay, let's lift through that left leg. That right arm is going to come alongside the ear, reaching forward, pushing back with the heel. Belly tucks in and down. Okay, let's take it wide. Back to center. Keep that body down the center line. 2 more, take it wide. Back to the center line. Last one, take it wide. And back to the center line. Right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Take the foot out as a kickstand. Right leg long, straight into your gate pose. Taking the chest up towards the ceiling ever so slightly. Pushing through the right pinky edge side of that right foot.
Nice deep breaths. Find that stretch all the way down from the fingers all the way down that right side body to the pinky edge side of that right foot. Okay, from here, right arm's going to lift. We're going to lift through the right leg. Bend that right foot in towards the bottom. Take hold of the foot. Rolling that right shoulder back. Squeeze through the glutes, push the hips forward. Finding that quad stretch. Rolling through that shoulder. Really nice stretch through the chest. Don't forget to keep breathing. And then extend that right leg away. Lift through that right arm. You know where we're going. We're going to take elbow towards knee for 1. Extend for 2. Extend, last one for 3. Extend, take the foot down, find your gate pose. Lovely openness through that front body. And that right hand's going to come down, right knee comes down. Okay, let's move through the spine, taking some, I'm going to say some non-traditional cat-cows. So starting to take some circular motions, bending through the elbows, pushing up through the hands, just moving however you feel that your body would like to be moved. Remember, if you're moving in circular motions, we want to reverse it, coming back in the other direction. Just finding what feels good. A little bit of time to explore. And then when you're ready, come back to your table. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to send the chest back to the thighs. Really anchor down through the heels for a moment. Find that lovely stretch through the back, underneath the feet, the Achilles, the calves. And then as you push the hands down into the shoulders too, I'm going to start to hover the bottom, lifting through the bottom. We're going to take our time here. Slowly, carefully, mindfully pedal through the heels, 1 at a time. Really take your time as you move over the toes, stretching through the underside of the feet, wiggle through the hips, releasing through the lower back. And then from here, let's anchor down through that left side and lift that right leg high. Keep those hips level to start with. We won't be on our hands too long. Open the hips to the right wall, drawing that right foot towards the bottom. Squeeze the hips forward. Find that really nice deep stretch through the quad and then through the groin, the psoas. Take a nice deep breath here. And then release. Take that right foot to the outside of that right hand. Left hand stays down. Push back through the back heel. Nice strong back leg. Open the right hand towards the ceiling and the chest moves round to the right. Maybe the right hand can wrap all the way behind you to touch the top of that left thigh, rolling that shoulder just a little bit more. Keep pushing back with that right heel. Left heel, I meant left heel, sorry. Okay, taking that right hand back down. From here, we're going to take the knee down, untuck the toes, take the right hand to the inside of that right knee. Just gently, a gentle encouragement. Maybe you want to start to lift the sole of that right foot, coming onto the knife edge, bringing the chest round towards that right side. And then carefully bringing that right foot flat. We're going to take a block. We're going to move the weight back over to that left knee and take the toes on the right side towards the ceiling. Really think here about keeping those hips level. So if it helps to keep your hands on your hips, then do. But for balance, it's quite nice to use a block. We want to take that inhale, lift, lengthen, find the length through the spine, and then take a fold, really drawing that belly in, and then that right hip in towards the body.
Imagine bringing that chin or big toe towards the chin. I think the chin more towards the big toe, to be honest. So inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bring that chin towards that big toe. Okay, let's bend through that right foot, right knee, bring that right foot flat, and then take the hands down so that the foot is inside the hands this time. Tuck the back toe, lift through the back knee. Take a moment just to move through that hip space. Taking your time here, doing what feels good. And then with the hands down, we're going to take that right foot back to join the left. Again, taking your time as you move through your down dog, pedaling out the heels. And then when you're ready, let's lift through that left leg. Keep those hips level. Anchoring down through that right side. And then opening the hips to the left side, bring that left foot in towards the bottom. Push through the hips so that we can really get that quad stretch, that groin stretch. Stretch through the psoas. And now from here, let's take that left foot to the outside of that left hand. Really pushing back here with that back heel, nice strong back leg. Right hand stays down, left arm is going to lift, bring the chest round to the left side, maybe the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then from here, bring that left hand back down. Take the knee down, untuck the back toes. Left hand is going to place on the inside of that left knee, very gently, just a gentle encouragement. Maybe starting to lift through the sole of that left foot, bringing the chest around. Pausing here. And then slowly, carefully bringing that foot nice and flat. Using your block, coming back over that right knee, taking the toes on the left side up towards the ceiling. Again, lift and lengthen. Move the belly out of the way, nice long spine. Take a hinge from the hips. If you need to check whether the hip is moving around, then take the hands to the hips and draw that left hip back in towards the body. You might not get as far, but you will really feel that stretch. Take an inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bring that chin towards that big toe. Okay, bend through that left knee, place that left foot down, and then taking the foot in between the hands this time, you're going to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee and just move into the hip space. So using the opportunity to just move, see what feels good. Okay, so from here, we're going to take that left foot back to join the right. Pedal out those heels one more time. We're going to take that right foot through the hands. Take your hands to the long edge of the mat. So we're going to move the toes round so that the outside edges of the feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. From here, we want to think about the bottom moving towards the back wall so we get a really deep stretch down the back of the legs. We want to anchor down the pinky edge sides of the feet. So you're really pushing down through there. We want to take a half lift. Take the gaze to the long edge of the mat so the neck stays long. Take an inhale. Think about the back being like a big tray you could rest some champagne on. Lift and lengthen. As you exhale, take a forward fold. Walk the hands through the legs. If this is a little bit too much for you, you want to grip something, you always take the hands to the outside edges of the feet
And then begin to bend at the elbows. Just taking that really nice stretch down the back of the legs, almost as the sit bones begin to start to move towards the ceiling. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right hand down. We're going to lift through the left arm, take a twist, left hand can wrap all the way behind you if it's comfortable. Switching it out, left hand is going to come down, right arm is going to lift. And then maybe wrapping it all the way behind you. Maybe taking the gaze towards the ceiling if that feels good. And then coming all the way back through center. From here, we're going to bend into that right knee. As we do, we're going to take the left toes towards the ceiling. Now, my heel is nowhere near the mat, so I'm going to pop a block underneath my heel to give me some stability. Okay, I want to keep this really nice length in the spine. I don't want to be doing that. So really sitting up nice and tall, allow the toes towards the ceiling, right hand can come down, let's lift and open, left arm towards the ceiling, take the chest towards the ceiling, open here, find space in the body. Maybe bending that right elbow in towards the body to allow that right shoulder to open just a little bit more. And then that left hand is going to come down. Remove the block if you're using one. Push down through the hands to lift the bottom. And then sink down to the left side. Left leg bends, right toes towards the ceiling. Again, popping the block to wherever feels good, give you a little bit of stability. Toes towards the ceiling, sink down, find that stretch through the inner thigh. Left hand can come down, keep that lovely long torso. Right arm can lift and then find that stretch. Taking the gaze towards the ceiling, sinking down into that inner thigh. Elbow on that left side in towards the body, rolling that left shoulder open just a little bit more. And then coming all the way back up, removing the block there, taking the hands down, push down into the hands into the bottom, back into your wide-legged pose. Take a moment here. We're just going to heel toe the feet in and then come down into a squat. But this one's more freedom of movement, allowing your squat to look like what you would like it to look like. For me, I need a little bit of movement through my hips. For you, you just might want to be static and remain still, entirely up to you. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to stop. We're going to slowly and carefully pop the bottom back down onto the mat. And we're going to find our way down into our final Savasana. So very, very carefully, entirely up to you if you want to find boat and then make your way down. I'll guide you through it. If you want to get straight onto the mat, that is fine. So sitting up nice and tall, just bringing those feet up. If you want to bring the hands behind you to find the balance first of all, then do. Draw the core in, take the hands away. These are your oars, okay? From here, we're just going to very slowly begin to come down towards the mat. And then pull back up again. Just another one. Maybe two. Coming back down towards the mat, keep that core engaged. Draw yourself back together again. Last one here, starting to calm down. Draw yourself back together one more time. And then this time, for reals, you can come all the way down to your mat. Once you're there, find your final Savasana, wherever you like to rest. So actually, you might like to be sat up. You might like to have your knees bent. You might like to pull on a duvet and a blanket. It's entirely up to you. But get yourself comfortable, remove any distractions, and just allow yourself to be here and now. So today we're going to be thinking about removing worry and finding calm. So find a comfortable position that's just for you.
Remove any distractions, settle, close the eyes, sink down, and begin to turn your gaze inwards, focusing on you. All distractions melt away, and only you remain. Take a nice deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. Or find your own even rhythm. Try to keep your breathing at this slow, smooth, and even pace. In 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, imagine that you are breathing in calmness, peace, and strength. As you exhale, imagine that you are breathing out any anxiety, stress, or worries. You breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. There is nothing left for you to do right now. Feel the heaviness slip away with every exhale. With every inhale, feel lighter, feel free. If at any point your mind drifts to feelings of worry, yeah, you can notice it. But then just bring your attention back to the breath again. You breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are strong, powerful. You are very capable. You can handle anything that life throws at you. Take a moment, feel that. Allow it to fill you up. Feel powerful, feel strong, feel capable. As you simply sit here and breathe in and breathe out. Before we start to bring our attention to the wider world, take a moment just to revisit that intention you set at the beginning of class today. Take a moment to sit with it as you breathe in and you breathe out. Then when you are ready, we're going to start to bring that awareness back to the wider world. Start by moving those fingers and toes, giving them a wiggle. And then beginning to just slightly moving the body, maybe a pulse from side to side as you inhale and exhale, stretching out left side, right side, doing what you need to do. And then when you're ready, slowly and carefully, bring yourself back up to a seated position. And I will be here